Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Origins of Expressions. Today, we'll be going over the phrases a little bird told me, as dead as a dodo, to kill two birds with one stone. What do they all have in common? They're all phrases and idioms around birds. Let's get right to work and start this video. Ah, birds. Those flying feathered friends who are essential for cleaning up bugs, dispersing seeds, and depending on the bird, they're also good at keeping the rodent population down. Birds are the natural keepers of ensuring a proper balance of the ecosystem. Birds have been such an important part of our lives and environment that it is no surprise that we have idioms where birds are the subject. Let's not waste any time and go ahead and fly over to our first phrase. A little bird told me. A little bird told me means that a person knows something that is secret and wants to withhold the identity of the person who let them know about it. Oh, a little bird told me. This phrase might have started due to messenger birds and pigeons carrying letters. If you received a letter and you did not want to reveal who it was from, you could just say, a little bird told me. But there's no record of this. There are records of various authors over the centuries, including Shakespeare, who have made references to birds giving messages. But the first that comes close to our current version of the phrase is Frederick Marryat in Peter Simple in 1833. It reads, a little bird has whispered a secret to me. Today, we still use this idiom as a way to say, I got information from a secret source. An example sentence is, a little bird has told me about the trip that you're planning to New York. Well, while they talk about the trip, let's move into our next expression. As dead as a dodo. As dead as a dodo means no longer alive or existing, to be obsolete, to be outdated. That's as dead as a dodo. The phrase originates from the fact that dodo birds are no longer in existence. The last living specimen was seen in 1662, and they are thought to have died out completely by 1690. So you might be asking, what is a dodo bird? The dodo was a bird that lived on the island of Mauritius. It was somewhat like a turkey, but couldn't fly, and it was hunted to extinction due to the introduction of domestic animals to Mauritius following the first visit to the island in 1507. To know what the dodo bird looked like, biologists had to use skeletal remains and try to reconstruct their form. The earliest record of as dead as a dodo is a reprint of a story from the Liverpool newspaper in the Bangor Daily Wigan Courier in 1891. It reads, after the next general election, Mr. Parnell will have only 4 followers. Except as a private member of Parliament, he is as dead as a dodo. Today you will still hear this phrase when something is being explained as old, outdated, extinct, or no longer popular. The example sentence I have for you today is, disco music was popular in the 1970s, but it is as dead as a dodo today. Well, let's leave this party and head over to our next phrase. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone means solving 2 problems with one single action. Well, that just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. This phrase is quite old. It is to be believed that the expression might have originated from the story of Daedalus and Icarus in Greek mythology. The story goes, Daedalus killed 2 birds with 1 stone in order to get the feathers of the birds and make the wings. The father and son then escaped from the labyrinth on Crete by making wings and flying out. There have been other theories about where the saying came from, but the first written history of kill 2 birds with 1 stone was in 1656 in the Questions Concerning Liberty, Necessity, and Chance, written by Thomas Hobbes. It reads, TH thinks to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and satisfy 2 arguments with 1 answer, whereas in truth he satisfies neither. Today, we still use this phrase. It has really stood the test of time, and we still use it the same way that they did back in the 1600s. We use it to say that we just completed 2 tasks with 1 action. An example sentence is, bicycling to work kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only does it save you money, but it also gives you exercise. Well, let's let them get to work as we move on. Ooh, fun fact. Did you know that birds are the animal that helped us understand the theory of natural selection? Yep, that's right. When Charles Darwin was formulating his theory of natural selection in the early 19th century, he did extensive research on the finches of the Galapagos Islands. He discovered that the finches on different islands differed significantly in their size and the shape of their beaks. They were clearly adapted to their individual habitats, yet just as clearly they all had descended from the same common ancestor that had landed in the Galapagos thousands of years before. The only way that nature could have accomplished this feat was evolution via natural selection, as Darwin proposed in his groundbreaking book on the origin of species. Oh, look, another origins lover. Huh. Well, that's the information that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our idioms and phrases. I would love to have you subscribe if you did. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Not only are you going to subscribe to the channel so you can always find me, but you'll also have my videos in your recommended feed. It's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases around birds? Maybe you know other idioms or phrases on an entirely different subject. I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. And if I use one of the phrases, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, bye.